Game show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Game 3 today at MSG. A much different story, especially from 3. Jason Tatum got it there. He went 5 of 9 from downtown, 23 points. Peyton Pritchard, 5 of 10 from downtown, 23 points. As a team, Boston goes 20 of 40 from downtown. 22-point loss for the Knicks, ties their worst home playoff loss in franchise history, and their series lead is now down to 2-1. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Alan Hahn and Wally Szczerbiak. We talked about the three-point shooting, Alan. Coming in this series, Boston 25 for 100. There's that old mathematical term about reversion to the mean.
Yeah.
It only made sense that they would get better, but they were a lot better from 3. 20 for 40. Is that the whole difference today?
They outscored by 45 points at the three-point line. I mean, what more is there to say? Like the Celtics, who were a three-point reliant team this year, they put up a ton, they make a ton, and they struggle with in the first 2 games. The Knicks absolutely struggle from 3. The problem is that you know they're going to take threes and they're going to make threes. When you aren't, especially early in the game, it felt like, Wally, those early misses just seemed to just take the air out of the building, played right into what Boston wanted to do. And the Celtics, by the way, they played a lot more of an honest game here. They got after the Knicks. They were called out. They were embarrassed after their first 2 games at home. You had to expect this kind of response, and the Knicks had no answer for it.
That's where I think the issue is, the way the Knicks handled knowing that the Celtics were going to come out like this.
Yep.
They didn't show any resistance. They didn't show any fight. They didn't make the game close in the second half. The Celtics are going to remember that coming into Game 4. I said, walking over to the Garden, I said, I think the Celtics are going to be ready today. I think the game for the Knicks to get is the next one.
Yep.
Game 4. They're going to have to come out with a totally different mentality. Yeah, you can make excuses when the threes go in, when the threes don't go in. But I just didn't like the way the Knicks team fought today. On their home court, with as big of a game as it was, they need to completely figure out how to come out and show the Celtics that they're not just going to win 4 in a row. 'Cause it's not going to be this game. Because they should have won the first 2 games, and the Knicks found a way to steal them. Mm-hmm. They better come out a completely different basketball team with a completely different mentality in order to compete in Game 4, because they did not compete today.
It felt like, never mind, like early on again, the missed shots, a lot of them were in and outs.
Listen, you can look at the box score and analyze the game, fine. But in the playoffs, it's between your ears.
Well, this is why I was going here. Not in the box score, is fumbling the ball.
The box score, I wouldn't even look at it.
Did you hear what I said?
At it. I don't even care about it.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, no.
Of course not. I'm not looking at the box score. Early in the game, fumbling the ball,
yes.
Not being able to grab a loose ball, grab a rebound, like
they
the littlest
nervous.
things.
The Knicks looked nervous on their home floor,
which is strange.
Up 2-0 against the world champs when you had them on the ropes. They did, and they're going to have to figure. It's one game, yes. The champs did what they were supposed to do and come in here and send a message that they're still the champs. But now the Knicks still have a stranglehold on this series, and they need to play like it in Game 4.
Road teams in round 2 are now 8-3.
That's crazy.
Can't figure that one out.
6-0 in these.
And the Knicks have lost 3 straight home playoff games. What is it now? For the first time since 1953?
There were 2 streaks that were going to break today.
Yeah, the streaking.
Right. That was the stat to watch. The Celtics had not lost 3 in a row in 2 years, in 194 games. The Knicks haven't lost 3 straight home playoff games in the same playoff year since 1953. That's the one that broke.
Boston came out, Wally, the first quarter, they were up by 16, and you can say you don't want to look at the box score, but the fact is Boston went 6 of its first 7 in terms of making shots, 6 of 7 from 3 in the first quarter, and the Knicks never really were able to make a run after that.
But the Knicks could have made their first 6 out of 7 because they had good looks in the first quarter from the three-point line. Mikal Bridges, the first possession, missed an open 3, then he turned one down. Yeah. And the Celtics saw that, and Celtics smell fear. They're a team they're a confident basketball team. They know they're going to shoot threes with confidence. If they miss 10 in a row, they don't care. They're going to keep shooting them. But if they see the other team isn't making and matching their open threes, they're going to blow you out of the water. And right now, the Celtics are preying on Mitchell Robinson missing free throws and Josh Hart being scared to shoot. They're going to expose those 2 guys unless they man up and start making shots and making plays. That's how you beat the Celtics. The Celtics are the type of team that, yes, they have some arrogance, and they say, we're going to make our open shots, and you better make yours. If you don't, we're going to blow you guys out.
Yeah, they believe in what they do. The numbers here show.
3-point shooting is the whole deal.
Of course. Again, They made 25 in the first 2 games. They made 20 in 1 game. But that's more of who they've been all season, that 20 for 40. That's more of who they've been, although not 50%, but 20 makes is really the number. And for the Knicks, the 5 for 25, it doesn't matter who you're playing. 5 for 25. In today's NBA, you're not winning a game.
You're not. The Knicks have matchups they can exploit. When Pritchard comes in the game, post him up, Bridges, Brunson, every single time. Get other guys out there on the floor. Make the Celtics pay for putting him out on the floor. Because that guy is not missing. Yeah. He is an outstanding three-point shooter, 6th man of the year. If you let him stay out there on the floor, then he will absolutely kill you. I mean, you got all guys turning down open threes to get him the shot because they know he's not missing. This guy is automatic. Horford was in the corner. He had an open look. He kicked it to Pritchard because that's how good of a shooter all his teammates know they are.
That's at the buzzer first quarter, by the way. You got to know that's what he does. He's always at the end of the quarter, the buzzers. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And they let him get that one. That was momentum as well. Look at this.
You need to manipulate matchups on the other end of the floor to make him pay for being out there on the floor defensively, and the Knicks have not been able to do that. And then he's really good in the pick and roll. Yep. Really good. Yep. We saw it all regular season. He torched the Knicks at the Garden in pick and roll, had big-time games. He really knows how to execute that play. And if the Knicks don't make him pay for being out there on the floor defensively, then they are going to really struggle to beat this team, because when he's out there shooting that 3 like that, they're tough to beat.
How about the mental warfare going on here?
That's what it is.
It has been really interesting. Missoula
mental.
is sticking to a couple of things that he's doing, and one of them is fouling Mitchell Robinson. Imagine the first quarter. First quarter, they were purposely fouling him, and that became also a side story.
But that's not rocket science also, Al.
Well, with
4 for 12. Yeah. He was 6 for 23 or something like that coming into the series, coming into this game from
the game is at hand. Like you're up big. Keep doing. No, that's what I mean. You are trying to make him melt at that line.
You don't feel bad for your opponent.
I didn't say they should. I'm just saying that it's a very interesting side story. Yeah. And then the whole building got quiet. They're just trying to encourage Mitchell Robinson to make 1 free throw, and the poor guy, you could just see him struggle.
Which I was hoping that maybe he would find his stroke, find his confidence, make 4 in a row, make 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden you flip the script. And if he could just find his stroke and find some confidence from the free throw line, then he would be an asset to have out there when they're doing that.
At what point what does he have to shoot to negate the strategy? 50%?
50%, yes.
If he does 50%, no more hack.
If he's 50%, then the Knicks are winning, because you want to get more than a point per possession. Like, it's more like 1.2, 1.1 is what you want to be getting per possession, especially with the three-point line and the way the Celtics play. The Celtics get way more than 1 point per possession. But at least you're not getting into foul trouble. At least you're not getting into the bonus early. Like, there's a lot of negatives that come to that. But he's got to shoot at least 50%. If he's under 50%, they are going to keep doing this every second he touches the floor.
Yeah.
All right, so you total it up, and the Knicks lose by 22, 115 to 93. Game 4 is Monday night. Pre-game at 7, game at 7:30. Post-game comments from Tom Thibodeau.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại kênh YouTube của mình. Mình hiện làm người làm video sáng tạo nội dung trên nền tảng YouTube nha các bạn. Mình sẽ sáng tạo những video hướng dẫn cắt dán cho các bạn này. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình đã cắt dán rất nhiều những sản phẩm của mình đây này. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn cách mình tạo ra những video viral của mình nha. Đấy. Để tạo được những video đẹp hay chất lượng cho các bạn xem thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn biết nha. Đây là giấy thủ công màu này các bạn này, rất nhiều màu sắc này. Đấy. Nó có giấy màu vàng này, giấy màu xanh này, đây là màu xanh da trời nha các bạn này. Còn đây là giấy màu đỏ. Đấy. Còn đây giấy màu cam này các bạn này, màu cam, giấy màu vàng này. Đấy, giấy màu vàng. Và để tạo ra được những sản phẩm tuyệt vời như thế này, đấy, những sản phẩm mình đang cầm trên tay là sản phẩm đẹp của mình. Đấy. Rất nhiều sản phẩm này. Đấy. Thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ Tiếp theo sẽ là kéo để cắt này, kéo cắt. Bút dạ là để vẽ và định hình, tô thêm những sắc màu đẹp cho sản phẩm. Còn đây là hồ dán để mình có thể dán được những chi tiết vào cho sản phẩm này. Đấy, cắt dán mà đây như thế này đây, mình sẽ cắt dán và dán vào đây. Đấy, đằng sau mình sẽ dán đằng sau này các bạn này. Đây, ví dụ như thế này. Đấy, mình sẽ cắt dán này, cắt rồi dán thêm này, điểm nhấn cho sản phẩm đấy. Và còn những dụng cụ không thể thiếu như là đây, đằng sau mình đây là chiếc chân kẹp điện thoại này. Đây là chiếc điện thoại để mình quay lại quá trình mình tạo ra video này. Đây là chiếc đèn hỗ trợ ánh sáng. Và kênh của mình thì cũng đã được nhận nút bạc từ YouTube rồi các bạn này. Đây nút bạc của mình này. Đấy. Khi mình cắt dán xong một sản phẩm, mình sẽ đưa lên máy tính của mình. Hiện tại chỗ này của mình thì chưa máy tính, mình sẽ nói cái đấy là vấn đề sau đi. Mình sẽ đưa lên máy tính và mình sẽ hay dùng phần mềm Camtasia để chỉnh sửa và edit video. Mình sẽ cắt sửa những đoạn video thừa ở trên Camtasia. Mình sẽ xuất ra và đăng lên kênh của mình thôi để cho các bạn xem và chiêm ngưỡng ấy. Các bạn hãy ủng hộ mình bằng những lượt đăng ký, lượt like, subscribe nha, để mình có thể ra nhiều